Okay, we are going to go through a demo where we're going to look at some different flame tests of some different compounds. So literally what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small amount of each compound in its solid form. I'm going to put it in my well plate. I use Q-tips when I do this, and so I'm going to get the Q-tip wet first. That serves two purposes. One, it helps the solid stick to the Q-tip, and second, it helps the Q-tip not burn up because wet things don't burn. And then we're going to put it in the flame, make some observations, and then I'll discard the Q-tip. So we are going to actually start with some elements that are in the first group on the periodic table. So first column, we're going to work our way down. We're going to do lithium, sodium, and then potassium. Then we're going to move over a group and we're going to look at some barium. And then we're going to jump and we're going to look at two of our transition metals. So we're going to look at iron, we're going to look at copper. So first thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to look at my lithium chloride. So I'm going to hold this up just so that you can see it. So lithium chloride is a white solid. This is actually a very solid chunk. So I'm going to take my scoopula, see if I can scrape some out here. Thankfully, I don't need a lot. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit in my well plate here. Set that guy off to the side. Okay, so again, if you can see it, it's a white solid. Okay, so let's light. There we go. So there's my flame. It might be a little bit hard to see. Hopefully, as we start to test some things, you'll be able to see it a little bit better, but trust me, it's there. Okay, so got my Q-tip, dip it in some water, dip it in my solid. Okay, again, so this one is lithium chloride. Can you see that? Take it out, put it back in. Makes this awesome kind of deep red, magenta type flame. That one's always a good one. Okay, I think I've expended the length of that one. So that's lithium chloride, that's our first one. Our second one is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is yet another white solid. Sodium chloride, just so you know, is table salt. So this one you could do with ordinary table salt. I happen to have some actual lab grade sodium chloride, not that it makes any difference for this. Take some of that, put that in my well plate. Set that one off to the side. Give you a closer look at it. So it's this one down here in the bottom. Looks like table salt, because that's what it is. Okay, new Q-tip. Dip it in some water. Dip it in my salt. Can you see that? Makes this awesome kind of orange yellow color. Take it out, goes back to normal. Put it back in, we get the color. So again, this one is sodium chloride. So we've gone down one row on our periodic table. Okay, I think we're good with that one. Okay, we're going to go down one more row and we're going to switch to potassium chloride. So these are all similar, that they're all chlorides, so that means that they're with chlorine, but they've got different elements that come first. We did lithium and then we did sodium. Now we're going to look at potassium. Potassium is also a white, or potassium chloride is also a white solid. Looks a lot like our other two. So I'm going to take a scoop of that. Put that in my well plate there. Set that guy off to the side. I'll hold this up so you can see it as the solid, white solid. There we go. Okay, same deal, Q-tip, water, solid. Okay, this was a little bit harder to see, especially if you're looking at it through video. It makes this really cool light purple, maybe super light pink or lavender. It's a lot fainter than the other colors. It's not nearly as vibrant, but it's there. It's definitely different than our normal yellow color. So we're gonna see if we can get a close-up of that here in a minute. Okay, so now we're gonna move over a group and we're gonna switch it up a little bit. The next one we're gonna look at is barium nitrate. So this one's different in that it doesn't have a chloride, but we do have yet another white solid. So I'm gonna scoop some of that in here. Just for consistency, I'll hold it up for you so you can see it. It's this one down here, yet another white solid. Smelled like burning marshmallows for a second. I think it's the remnants of my Q-tip from the last one. Okay, Q-tip and water. Again, this one's barium, so we've moved over another group on the periodic table and down a couple rows. So let's look at, ooh. So that's got some yellow to it. It starts to look a little bit orangey. Different than the sodium though. It's a little bit more yellow than our sodium was. When I first put it in, it almost looked like it had some green, but that might have been the gas hose behind it that I was seeing. But it's a lighter yellow than the sodium. So we've got some different colors going on. Okay. Now we're going to switch and we're going to jump to a couple in the middle. So you'll notice these are a little bit different than our other ones. So the first one we're actually going to do copper 2 sulfate first. The first thing that you might notice about this one that's different is that it's blue. It is not a white solid. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of this guy. So this is copper 2 sulfate. So it's this bright blue one down here. Might be easier to look at it that way. Okay. Q-tip, water, solid. Even though it's a blue solid, it burns green. Ooh, that one's really hard to see on film. Promise I'm going to try and get maybe some slow-mo videos of these and you'll be able to see the color better. But this one burns, even though it's a blue solid, it burns kind of a bright green color. Okay, our last one, iron 3 nitrate. Again, this one is different. It's not completely, it's not a pure white solid, nor is it blue. Okay, grab some of our, so again, this is iron 3 nitrate, Q-tip, water, solid, this one looks a little bit different. Instead of giving off a solid like flame color, it gives more kind of gold flecks. Okay, again, it's hard to see on that video, but I'm gonna try and get a slow-mo here in a minute. So the whole point of this demo was to look at, there we go, let's put those out, was to look at several different compounds and compare what they look like when we burn them in a flame. So we're gonna use this to kind of spark our discussion and spark our thoughts about atomic structure and why these different compounds, even though some of them look the same in their solid compound form, why they give different colors. We're going to be able to answer all of those questions as we get more into atomic structure.